Nelson Mandela, in his letter to his wife, writes, "A saint is a sinner who keeps trying." His wife is in lockup, but Nelson Mandela, in his letter, further writes that you should spend 15 minutes in meditation. So, Nelson Mandela is encouraging his wife to meditate in the lockup. Many times you go through a lot of problems and difficult phases of life. Many of you must be going through Rahu Mahadasha or Ketu Mahadasha. Some of you must be going through certain black magic spells, suffering because of black magic. For all such difficulties, the answer is in one word: Acharan. Acharan is a Hindi word which means your lifestyle, your routine lifestyle, how you live your routine life. In this podcast, I have shared the certain timings that you should follow for doing a certain activity. What time you should get up, what time you should have bath. Bath is very significant, and you will come to know about its significance when you listen to this podcast. Always remember, there are two types of bath. One is your physical bath, and the second is your spiritual bath. You will find more insights about the significance of bath, about how your acharan should be in this podcast. Every hour of the day, a certain house of your chart is activated. In the night time, the 12th house is activated because you are going to bed, you are going to sleep. The early morning time, the first house, the ascendant, is activated. And this is how every hour of the day, a certain house of the Kala Purush Kundali is activated. You will find more about this in this podcast. So tune in and understand the significance of spiritual discipline. Without discipline, there is no success on your spiritual path. So we all should ensure that we try to become more and more disciplined in our daily routine lifestyle, which is called Acharan. So let's begin. Astrologically, every single day, each house of all the 12 houses of your birth chart is activated based on specific hours of the day. The 12th house of the chart is activated from 9 pm to 5 am, and that is the bedtime, bed pleasures if you have a partner, else you simply sleep. The first house is activated from 5 am to 6 am. At this time, you are awakened, physically, not spiritually. The second house is activated from 6 am to 7 am. You focus on your teeth, brush your teeth, gargle. You take care of your teeth and your face by refreshing yourself. The third house is activated from 7 am to 8 am. You do a small chit chat sitting on the sofa with your near and dear ones. Communication happens during this time. The fourth house is activated from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. You focus on the self cleansing. You focus on cleaning the house. It is at this point when you take a nice bath. The fifth house is activated from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. You now study, you plan, you schedule your whole day. If you are a lover or if you are in a relationship and not working, then this is the best time to have a quick chat with your lover, your boyfriend or your girlfriend. The sixth house is activated between 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Your routine work begins. Sixth house is indeed the service, the routine work house. The seventh house is activated from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. You get into meetings with the other. The other is none other than your immediate boss in the office. Seventh house is the house of your boss. Eighth house is activated between 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. You get entangled in the part and parcel, politics of office, intrigues, plotting, planning, gossiping, depressing thoughts come to you at this time when the eighth house is active. Generally, this house is active during the late afternoon hours, that is between 2 pm to 4 pm. That is why never schedule any important meetings during this time, that is between 2 pm to 4 pm. Ninth house is activated between 4 pm to 5 pm. You now start feeling better. It's post 5 pm and now you feel optimistic. A cup of tea, chit chat, some philosophical discussions with your colleagues, and you are set to go back home. 10th house is activated between 5 pm to 6 pm. You have the final word of the day with your immediate boss, sharing the updated status of your work. It matters because that is what shapes your career, the 10th house, and then finally you are done. 11th house, the activation time is between 6 pm to 9 pm. Time to hop on your bike or get inside your car and have a nice outing with your friends. The 11th house, that is networking with your friends. Or if you are in a relationship, then to mingle with your girlfriend or boyfriend, this is the best time, 6 pm to 9 pm. Eating dinner, outing, enjoying, networking, and then the 12th house. You are back to bed, the day is over until it begins again. So the whole point in sharing this information is that you should not miss the right timing. And the truth is that except the military and certain disciplined men and women, the rest of the world never follows a disciplined lifestyle, and that becomes the reason for their many miseries of life. Always remember, no one has ever spiritually matured without applying themselves to spiritual discipline. Discipline is utmost for an individual to manage his or her daily schedule in the most efficient way. And in these 14 hours of active life, the most important timing that you should not miss is the right timing for taking a good bath. The right timing astrologically for taking a good bath is between 8 am to 9 am. You can also take a bath before 8 am, but never miss your bath timing. Try to take your bath before 9 am without fail. Now let me share with you all on what is the most proper way, the spiritual way of taking a good bath. Point 1. Always take bath without using the shower. Point 2. Always take bath by sitting on a stool and using the bucket. It is necessary that with the help of a jug or a copper lota, you pour water on your head and clean your body by sitting. Mohan asked, why by sitting? Because when you sit, you relax, and bath is a relaxing process. Always remember, bath is a relaxing process. In our ancient age, especially in our country, in India, bath was a kind of a royal treat. But with the growing Western influence, the relaxing bath process has become a fast track process, taking away the whole essence of this wonderful process of cleansing called bath. Always allocate minimum 15 minutes for bath, because to relax you need time, and as mentioned earlier, bath is specifically meant not just to clean your physical body but also to help your body relax. In the ancient days, especially in our country, India, we used to have a nice copper or brass globular water container called lota in Hindi, and it looked like this. The picture that you see on your screen is the lota. Instead of using those plastic balls, use such kind of metal globular water container for pouring water on your body. Now the question may arise, why? Now you tell me, when you do abhishek on Ganesh idol or on any other god's idol, you use a plastic bowl for doing the abhishek? No, you use exactly the kind of lota, globular water container for pouring water on the Ganesh idol. So now tell me, for a lifeless silver idol, you use a nice copper water container, lota or kalash, and for a living being, for you use a plastic ball to take bath? That's ridiculous. Remember, bath is abhishek. When you take a bath, you are doing your own abhishek, because God is not on the outside. God is within you. God dwells within every human being, every living creature. And so to value the God within you, to value the goodness within you, you have to use a nice metal globular water container called lota for pouring water on your body while you take bath. During bath, there are many small remedies that can help you overcome the negative energies such as black magic, spells, or an evil eye, that is nazar. What are those remedies? Remedy number 1. At the end of your bath, in the last bucket of water, use fresh gomutra, that is cow's urine. Remedy number 2. At the end of your bath, in the last bucket of water, use pure rose water. And remedy number 3. At the end of your bath, in the last bucket water, use lemon juice. Whole day after bath till the very next day, your physical body goes through many vibrations. Some vibrations touch your aura by those people who come in your close contact. This contact can happen through meeting in person, or through handshakes, or hugs, or while traveling in a crowded bus or train. And then the other set of vibrations is that which is forced on you, meaning negative spells cast through black magic or evil eye, that is buri nazar. And so the whole day your body goes through many levels of vibrations which only can be cleansed during the act of bath. That is why it is extremely necessary that you all don't miss your bath, and moreover you take your bath before 9 am in the morning. But the most important point is still left, and that point is that how deeply you are engrossed while taking your bath. People, particularly shallow people, give many excuses that they don't have enough time to spend in the bathroom. In reality, they don't understand the significance of bath. Else, they would have spared a good amount of time for taking a nice bath. In this rare picture, you can see Osho taking bath in a relaxed state. Bath is a special kriya that should be experienced in a relaxed state. The ancient Vedic period had a lifestyle having bath 2 times a day, early morning and then in the evening. If you can take bath 2 times a day, then that will bring a wonderful development in your life. Because then the vibrations will be cleansed 2 times a day, provided you take a proper bath by sitting and using the bucket water and not the so-called advanced shower system. Every act that you perform is indeed a karma. So it is not that when you work in your office, then the work is the only work, the karma you do. Every act that you do, right from getting up in the morning till going to sleep in the night, is indeed a work. Bhagavan Raman Maharshi says, eating, bathing, going to the toilet, talking, thinking, and many other activities related to the body are all work. So, how is it that the performance of one particular act is alone considered work? Karma is a very deep subject. A time comes when the only karma you do is to meditate. That is what the Buddha was doing. That is what the Bhagavan was doing. That is what Paramahansa Yogananda was doing. When the only karma you execute is breathe in and breathe out, with focus on the name of the Holy Lord. That name is in the form of mantra. ISKCON founder Sri Prabhupada did a wonderful job by emphasizing the significance of chanting mantra. Today his mission has extended to the farthest shores of the planet, with people irrespective of what faith or religion they follow are simply happy to chant the name of Krishna, a very soothing mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. The first bath is the bath of your physical body. The second bath is the bath of your mind, cleaning, purifying, dropping the mind. And this bath is possible only through meditations, through chanting the holy mantra. Srila Prabhupada of ISKCON says, what cannot be achieved through the performance of Vedic rituals can be easily achieved through the chanting of the Lord's holy name. It is true that when chanting reaches to a certain stage, then the physical bath is no more required. But for common men like me and you, we have to perform our daily routine activities. We have to earn our bread and butter. And in this process, we have to interact with many other men and women. We have to go through many places and people. And so the vibrations that stick to our aura need to be cleansed by taking a nice relaxed bath. Because the physical body is a medium and the medium has to be cleaned. The antenna has to be cleaned, nurtured, and taken care of. That is why we have to exercise. That is why we have to control our diet. There is a wonderful revelation on diet and planets related to diet, which I will share separately for the larger interest of all my listeners and followers. Lately, I see that many men and women are losing their jobs and then they don't know what to do because whole life their mindset had been programmed to serve, to do the duty. They forget the fact that they can do something on their own, they can start something of their own. When there is no job, people are totally shattered because they cannot think anything else than to do what they have been doing their whole life. That is how the human mind is. It is habitual. Yesterday evening, after a long time, I was watching TV and I stumbled upon a beautiful Hollywood movie. And it was so beautiful that I remained deeply engrossed. The movie was The Terminal. And the slogan of this movie is also so beautiful. The slogan is Life is Waiting. What a splendid movie it was. A man gets trapped on the airport and he has no other option than to stay on the airport. He is a totally lost man. His country is at war. He cannot go back to his country. He has no money and he cannot step outside the New York airport. And then how he survives. That is the whole plot of this story and the reason for his traveling all the way to New York is something that can make your eyes wet. A beautiful movie and what a great performance by Tom Hanks. Interestingly, it was after the movie ended that I realized that it was a Steven Spielberg movie, The Terminal. Work says it all, indeed a truth that I experienced after watching this splendid movie. Every time a bath is necessary. The only bath that you have known is the physical bath. But in reality, every moment when you are bringing awareness to your being, that is also a bath, a significant bath. The great awareness comes slowly, piece by piece. The path of spiritual growth is a path of lifelong learning. The experience of spiritual power is basically a joyful one. Yesterday, a young man came and he said, I am in trouble. I said, that is not new. People come to me only when they are in trouble. So tell me, what is the trouble? The young man, and his name was Shashi, he said, I don't know what happens, but every morning after 10 a.m., I start feeling uneasy. Many temptations start coming to my mind. Sexual temptations. I don't know why this happens, when in reality, I myself have absolutely no interest in sex. I just don't know what happens to me after 10 a.m. Please help me. I asked him, when do you take bath? He said, I work from home, so I take bath late afternoon or sometime in the evenings or sometime I simply miss. I said, then there is no wonder why you go missing life. There is no wonder why you fall for your temptations. You are not following a proper lifestyle. How can you ever experience happiness or peace of mind? Always remember, God is truth and you begin in lies. Life is truth and you begin in hypocrisy. If you go on missing, it is no wonder. Temptations, negative thoughts, thoughts of harming others, hurting others, thoughts of taking revenge, all of these developments that happen within you are negative developments and not positive. And the sole reason is you not following a proper lifestyle. I said to Shashi, you go home and from tomorrow start taking a good bath right before 9 am without fail. And then I told him a few remedies to follow. After 7 days, Shashi calls me and says, now I am feeling better. Now I can concentrate on my work. Now I am also getting a good night's sleep. I am very thankful to you. Whole life is spent in ignorance. Money comes in abundance. Bank balance is overflowing with money. But people are not getting good night's sleep. Because ignorance has absolutely nothing to do when it comes to money. That is how we have millions of corrupt officers and ministers and corporate executives earning stacks of money, so much so that they don't know where to hide all of this money. So always remember, ignorance has nothing to do with your earning, but consciousness has a lot to do with the quality of your life. Only a man, only a woman who can have a good night's sleep has a life that has a certain quality to it. Else, there are millions of people earning big fat salaries and large profits, but they cannot have a good night's sleep. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much money you have earned. What matters is how much quality of life you have earned. And quality of life has nothing to do with money, but has a lot to do with the values and ethics and principles that you follow in your life. A few years ago, a couple said that we became parents, but our child is such a nuisance. Now we wonder why we had a child. You see, when you have sex at a wrong timing, a wrong or a low level soul takes birth through your womb. There are couples, sexual partners who have sex at any given time of the day, at any given place, in the farm, in the car. Lovers have sex, there is no awareness, because when you are fired up in seeking physical pleasures, awareness is always absent. Who seeks pleasures? And the answer is the mind. That is the moon. A man or a woman enslaved by the mind is always seeking pleasures. Then the bath, the awareness is not possible. Awareness comes only when you start moving beyond the mind. When you enslave your mind, then awareness, the first ray of awareness, starts penetrating within your being, just the way the sun rays penetrate in the darkness and enlightens the whole environment. And once awareness comes into your life, once you become aware, then the real transformation begins. The transformation within. One of the most famous Hollywood actor, Jim Carrey, quotes, life is so beautiful, especially when I am absent from it. Don't get me wrong, Jim Carrey was a great character and I was lucky to get the part. But I don't think of that as me anymore. I used to be a guy who was experiencing the world, and now I feel like the world and the universe experiencing a guy. So there is kind of been a shift. This is a sign of inner transformation. You see, just from the words you can find out great transformation that Jim Carrey has been through. Life can change, but it can change only when you can change. A clever man is always trying to change the world. A wise man is always trying to change himself. The great Sufi saint Rumi says, yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I am changing myself. A few days ago, somebody asked, What is the right time to have sex? The right time to have sex is in the afternoon between 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. or in the night between 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. But passion knows no time, and when mind is all glued to sexual pleasures, where do you have the time to wait? But those who are planning for kids, those ladies who are planning to become mother, those who are taking efforts to become mother, should have sex only on the following days: on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and never do sex on Amavasya, that is new moon day, and Purnima, that is full moon day. But who wants to listen? The man is just in rush to take his partner to bed, and the woman just can't wait. And so then we have miseries after miseries, cases after cases. Somebody's son or daughter is born handicapped, a special child. Somebody's son or daughter has become a nuisance, a great danger to their life. So many things are there. This human life is not as simple as it appears to be. The birth chart of yours, and I say to all, is also not as simple as it appears to be. But still I say that life is simple, life is beautiful, life is the only opportunity you have got to better yourself. Paramahansa Yogananda says, don't depend on death to liberate you from your imperfections. You are exactly the same after death as you were before. Nothing changes, you only give up the body. If you are a thief or a cheater before death, you don't become an angel merely by dying. If such were possible, then let us all go and jump in the ocean now and become angels at once. Whatever you have made of yourself thus far, so will you be hereafter. And when you reincarnate, you will bring that same nature with you. To change, you have to make the effort. This world is the place to do it. This world is the place to do it. So beautiful and so deep and so true, as always. Remember, every day when you take bath, remind yourself of the following affirmation, the cleansing mantra. I wash away any energy that is not mine to carry. I release myself from the burdens of the past. I nourish myself in a comforting golden light. I am restored. I am recharged. This is the cleansing mantra that you should recite while having your bath. The only person who can help you change is you yourself. Because unless you allow change to happen within you, how can someone change you? Unless you let the master cut all that which is not doing any good to your growth, how can the master help you to change, to transform? How can you reborn? Jesus says to Nicodemus, you have to reborn. This reborn is the transformation within. Birthday is the day when you are born physically. Reborn day is the day when you slip out of the mind. That is the day when your journey begins in the true sense. Next month, on 15th November, comes my birthday. There are so many things to share. The road is long and I am getting old. But as long as this journey of sharing continues, I will be with you all. Love to you all. Meditate every day. And remember, you are not alone. Remind yourself that God is with you always. God is always with those who follow their heart. I love all those who are men of heart. They are the beautiful beings. They can change. They can transform. they can truly understand the significance of physical bath, that is body, and spiritual bath, that is the soul. They are the ones that God is always seeking. They are the ones that the Master always seek. And so if you are one of them, then you don't have to go in search of the Master. The Master will come in search of you. Always remember, you need not go in search of Him. He will come in search of you. Once Ananda asked Buddha, what is it that drives you to a certain man, a certain woman, a certain place? And Buddha said, love. When I see that someone is thirsty for my love, when somebody is waiting for me, when somebody is praying day and night with devotion in their hearts, my legs start moving towards them. Ananda, and it happens spontaneously. I never planned my journeys. In fact, I have never planned anything ever in my life. Life should be like this, devoted, faithful, and flowing like a river. The river has no plans. The river simply flows, and yet it always reaches to the right destination. My fellows, be like a river. Continue to flow. Continue to express. Continue to sing your song. Don't worry who will say what. Those who will resonate with your song will join you. This is how journeys grow. This is how life blossoms into a beautiful flower. Be a part of this blossoming journey. Come, close your eyes and start meditating every day. Let the light of awareness flow within you. Happiness comes only when you start becoming aware, conscious. Jai Sri Ganesha, Jai Guru.